Hello everybody, Max here with Music Lessons 101. I'd like to welcome all my fellow YouTubers and fellow guitar brothers and sisters. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Going to do a song called For the Good Times by Kris Kristofferson, written by Kris Kristofferson, and the version I'm going to do is by Ray Price. I used a combination of videos to come up with my rendition on this, but it should be fairly easy for you to play. This is going to be more of a beginner lesson, and we're going to have the capo on the first fret because it's in the key of E flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to capo on our first fret, and we're going to play like in the key of D. It'll kind of look like we're in the key of D, or on the guitar that is, but we will be in the key of E flat. Okay, so the intro, also I'm going to have, before I get into the intro, I'm going to have a backing track along with this, and I've already posted the original video of me playing and singing it. So in this particular video, I'm not going to sing much of it because I'm trying to avoid getting a copyright hit on it. So that was kind of my solution, is I'll do like the video showing me playing it, and then this will just be the how-to. Okay, so if that makes any sense, and hopefully this will work. We'll find out. I'm not too sure if this is going to work, but what I'm trying to do. So the first part of the song has this little orchestral kind of intro, and I always liked how that sounded, so I figured out how to do it on the guitar. And you know, this isn't perfect by any means, okay? But this is kind of what I came with on the guitar. Okay, so then just for your information, the background chords that's playing on the backing track, it's going to be G major 7th, E minor 7th, B flat diminished, and then to the D, okay? And but you're not going to need this anyways, because you're going to, if you play that, well, actually you could, because you can play this if you opt to not do that little intro part. You could just play the chorus. It's going to be G major 7th, E minor 7th. Okay, and then this is, I have like a B flat diminished, but the way we're capoed, you can have it as a B diminished. It can be either of these 4 notes that are in the chord. We'll call it a B diminished for now. As long as it sounds good, that's all that matters. So, capo always confuses me anyway. So we're going to have G major 7th, and you probably might want to start with the D major 7th. I'm going to go over these chords with this. So that's the intro, okay? That's option 1, okay? Now to actually play what I played, we're going to do this. Actually, let me turn this other program off of here. So now you're going to have what I did. We're thinking of a G major 7th, okay, and then we're going to go to E minor. So I'm so now I'm just going to call these chords in the key of D. So they're not going to line up perfectly when I call this, because normally an E minor would be like this. But for the sake of being capoed, we're just going to call the chords what they are with the capo on the first fret, okay? So, and you can just kind of go with what it looks like by the frets too. So we've got that, and then we're going to play an E minor triad, okay? So we're going to go open, okay, let me do that for you one more time. Okay, then we go back to the D, okay? And again, this is actually an E flat, but we're going to call it a D, okay? So G major 7th, Okay, and all this is, you're kind of thinking of this little triad. This is kind of like a little piano technique right here. This, I forget what it's called. It's been a while since I've been doing my piano lessons, but it's like you take a note, you go up above it and below it and come back. Which I remember, I think it's called a mordant or something like that. You can use that like in a lot of lead parts if you're playing them. Okay, so play around with that. Okay, I'm already getting off track here. Okay, so let me play that intro one more time for you really slow. And this is kind of hard. I'll warn you, it's hard to do this along with the backing track. It took me like several times to nail it. I was getting really frustrated, but you know, if you've got a little bit of patience, you kind of count it out and play it. You can get it along with that backing track, or just play. If you play it by yourself without the backing track, then you know you'll have no problem. Okay, so let's go one more time. Okay, and then this really pretty chord up here. I'm not sure if I've got the right. I used to play this many years ago, and I used to actually know what it is, but it looks to me like it's an A minor major seventh, but I think it might be something different. I'm not sure because it's really playing that while we're on the E minor. So if you look at it from the viewpoint of an E root, it's like an A major chord with a minor third here on the top. But you can also look at it as an A minor with a major seventh. Okay, for all you theory geeks out there, if anybody knows what that chord really is, let me know. Okay, so we get past the intro, then we're just going to come in the song. Okay, like in the video, I just kind of did the strumming. The song is a swing, and 4 and 1, 2. Okay, don't look so sad. That's as much as I'm going to sing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and notice how I have a bounce to that because it's swung, so it's not straight. It's not 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Actually, if I was to count that correctly, it would be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4. But we're not going to do that. Just kind of get in the groove. It's almost like you're just bouncing up and down, riding a horse, okay? So, again, we do the intro. We come in on that D. Don't look so sad. And actually, that's an E minor seventh there. Then we're going to go to the A chord. And what I did on the video, I came up here. I'll show you a couple different ways to do this. You can go D. Okay, so it's just D to D6, D major seventh. So that's kind of fun to do. Again, so I'm going to do this for you. This is just kind of coming from this, if you know your cage system, is coming from this C shape. Okay, now if that's a little bit hard for you to do, you can do this, and you can use this in a lot of songs. So what I did is I just went D, D6, D major 7th, okay? Now this is, I think this is from the live version. If you look up the Ray Price live version, there's a real great version of that one that they're doing. I think that's where I got this. It's weird because one time it'll do the D6, D major 7th, and the other time it'll do D major 7th, then D6. So don't lose any sleep over it. You know, just have fun with it. So the easy way to do that is like you got your D chord. Here's the D6, okay? Like I said, I'll put chord charts up here for you, okay? So basically it's just your D string, your D, open D, 2nd fret, or 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then you're on your D chord, you've got 3rd fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then 1st string, 2nd fret. That's your regular D chord, okay? And then we're just gonna let that B come through. That's your D6th, okay? I'm not gonna get into too much theory on this, otherwise the video is gonna be way too long. But and then to do the D major 7th, you're just gonna do this, okay? Just borrow those 3. What's happening? Just real quick theory. This right here. Is going to be the D. You see, if we were without the capo, it would be your D note and your D chord, but we're just going to call this D, okay, for the sake of simplicity, okay. This is your root note, okay. The major 7th lies right below it. Okay, if I do a D major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's your root again. So here's D, D major 7th. There's your 6. So that's all we're doing. So we're going, there's your major 7th. There's your 6, okay? So in this case, we got D, D6, D major 7th, and it goes back to the D6. Okay, so that's going to be the first part. Don't look so sad. But life goes on. Okay, now the second time I did this, that's kind of like a little steel guitar part or something that's in there, but this is fun to do. And you could use this like in a lot of different songs. That's going to pull us right into the G. And again, if you don't want to do that with this D shape, this time it goes D, D major 7th. Okay, then to the D 7th. So really what I do there, I have like a D 7th on the sheet that I'm going to put up, but I like to do a D 9th here. If you look at this, okay, if you think of a D 7th here, if we take that off, get the 1st string with your 3rd finger, you just have your D string. On your G string, you have the 2nd fret. And then on the B string, you have 1st fret, and then the E is going to be open. That ends up making a D 9th. And then we're going to shoot right into our G chord, okay? So let's do that whole part of it. I'm going to do the more difficult version of it, but you can play, like I said, you can always play these open chords. Don't look so sad. get into the G. Just be glad. And we do that little progression with the D, D major 7th, D6, D7th, or D 9th. Okay. There's no need. And you can do the walk down there if you want to. What I ended up doing, you know, on the recording that I had, the bass guitar, I think, is doing that. So I just ended up doing this. You can walk down from this top string. And then it's going to go A7 sus4. One of my favorite chords, the 7 sus4s are really pretty. Okay, so let's take it from when we go to the G. Let's just be glad. Okay, and then that gets you up to the chorus. Let's see, am I leaving anything out of this thing here? I think that should get you all the way through that point. Oh, I know what I was going to say on the strumming. You know, this is perfectly fine. If you want to, you know, if you want to do some of the, if you're playing by yourself, you can do this. Okay, so either or is fine. If you're more advanced, you can do that, but just depends on your skill level. You know, sometimes I'll strum and, you know, just kind of break in and out of it. Just kind of depends on what the feel is. Okay, so then we come to the chorus. And then on the music, I have a D major 7th. I think that's actually what the background chords are playing, but we're just going to go to a D because we're going to do some little fill parts in here. So then we come to the chorus, and I'm going to show you a little fill that I did on the recording. Lay your head. Okay, so what that was, I just went to the D. Lay your head. So you're just going to take your D here. This is really easy to do and it sounds cool. So we're just taking these top 2 notes of the D. And then the next top 2 from your B string and your E string. I think the A7 sounds better there. That might have been what I did. So we have lay your head. Hear the whisper. Okay, so that gets you through that chorus. Okay, so I'm gonna do that slow. Lay your head. So what I'm doing there basically is you'll notice like that song, there's like a lot of space there. and it might get kind of boring if you're just playing by yourself. So that's kind of why I did this one. When you're on the A, you know, you have these little triads here, or little triads, these little double stops here. That's kind of where that's coming from when it goes to A. I'm coming down from the top of it. That high E string ring out. I hate it when this computer does this. Okay. So we're on the A7. So you can get both of these strings here, the E and the B, or just one. Okay, and then hear the whisper. You're going to go to A minor 7th, D 7th, and then we're going to go to the G. But what we're going to play here is we're going to play a G 9th. So you got your regular G chord here, okay? So this is your 9th right here. The way I like to remember when you're in this G position, to remember your 3rd, your 6th, and your 9th is, look at this. Here's your root note. This is your 3rd, this is your 6th, this is your 9. 3, 6, 9. So we're going to grab that 9. This is a G add 9, okay? And then we're going to go to a G minor 6, which is like this. Again, the way to do this is if you think of a C 9th, if you know a C 9th. Okay, if you simply move that 2nd finger up, that's a G minor 6, okay? But what we're going to do, we're going to take that 6th off, we're going to do this. So we're going to have this. Okay, now I don't know what the orchestra or something's doing that in the background, so this is just how I arranged it for myself. It sounds pretty cool. So let's see. Let's take it from Hear the Whisper of the Raindrops. Hear the whisper. Try not to sing. So then all that is, it's just A. You're going to vamp on that A for quite a while. I'm going to go to G sharp diminished. Up to a B diminished. And then we go back for the good times. And what I ended up doing there, so you come up, when you end that chorus, we're at the D major 7th, E minor 7th. And then it goes da 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 da. Okay, and again, if you don't want to do that part, it could just be goes back into the verse again. So then we're almost through this thing, and then we're going to go to we got the next verse. Get along. It's all pretty much the same. This second part's actually easier. We got D major 7th, D 6th. This time it's going to go to a D sharp diminished. I'll get along. I'll get along. and I'll be here. You should find forever. Okay, now we're back into the chorus. Da da da. Lay your head. This one here is cool because I did exactly the same thing. You can do it too if you're playing. This would sound great if you had a fellow guitarist that could just maybe, you know, strum along, play the chords with you, and then you could do some of these little lead fills. It would be a blast. So lay your head. For the good times. Let me show you what I ended up doing there. This is really pretty. So then at the end it's going to do for the good times. For the good times. I think that's it. But what I did this last part here, we're going to hold on to this note here. We're just going to play this right here is an A ninth. Let me do that a little bit slower for you. I'm just putting down this, my third finger's to be on the 4th-string, 4th fret. Okay, so I'm just playing all those open strings. This makes it really easy. And then I think I ended on a D6. It doesn't really matter. You can end up with any of those pretty chords on it. Okay, so anyways, folks, that gets us all the way through that song. This should be fairly easy, just to simplify some of the more difficult parts if you're a beginner, and this is a really fun one to play and sing. I had a lot of fun with it, and this is always a good one to do. So I hope you liked this lesson. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you along. And thanks for hanging out with me today and watching this video, and we will see you next time around. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye. See you next time.